Well, do a bit of this, a little bit of that. I just want to make sure you have that.
You guys ready for this shit?
Yeah.
Not.
Yes, you will. You'll be fine.
Okay, listen. Ready?
As soon as they start singing.
Start.
Love is unconditional. You knew it from the start. I see it in your eyes. You can feel it from my heart. From here on after, let's stay the way we are.
Keep her between the chairs.
And share all the love and laughter of a lifetime. We'll I cross my heart and promise to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true.
Yeah, fucking blow. I gotta blow my nose.
You'll never find a love that's true as mine.
And stand here to sing for you.
You will always be the miracle that makes my life complete. And as long as there's a breath in me, I'll make your existence sweet.
I don't want move.
As we look into the future, it's as far as we can see. So let's make each tomorrow be the best that it can be. I cross my heart and promise to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true. In all the world, you'll never
This isn't gonna go good at all.
as mine. And if along the way we find a day it starts to
I can feel my emotions starting to go already. I'm gonna fucking cry like a baby. Oh. Oh.
In all the world, you'll never find a love that's true.
See, Grayson's don't worry, boys or ladies. I'm still single.
A love that's true as mine.
Trying to pick him up. Look, he's dump him at the end, eh?
Our love is unconditional. We knew it from the start.
They made it good. That sounded good.
I see it in your eyes. You can feel it from my heart. From here on after, let's stay the way we are right now. And share all the love and laughter of a lifetime.
Good job, sweetheart.
Good job, baby. Good job. Go have a seat, honey.
Where is she? Run away, bud.
And here comes the bride.
I meant.
Walk through this world with me. Go where I go. Share all my dreams with me. For I need you so. In life we serve, and some of us find. I looked for you a long, long time, and now that I found you, new horizons I see. Come take my hand and walk through this world with me. And now that I found you, new horizons I see. Come take my hand and walk through this world with me.
Yes, come take my hand and walk through this world with me.
Hi, Bear.
Aye. Fuck you, don't fuck me up.
You can't touch.
Thanks, you look good.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Reverend Michael Scott, and I have the honor and privilege of performing this marriage ceremony this afternoon. On behalf of Rebecca and Troy, welcome and thank you for being here to be a part of this special day. They're delighted that you're here to share in this most joyous moment in their lives. By your presence, you celebrate with them the love they have discovered in each other, and you support their decision to commit themselves to one another for the rest of their lives. And as we begin today's celebration, I would like to ask Rebecca and Troy, are you both ready to officially join your lives together today?
We are.
Well, today their relationship changes. All of us know it'll grow and become stronger as time goes by. Indeed, today is a day of hope, a day in which Troy and Rebecca demonstrate their commitment and devotion and mutual respect, as well as their faith and love in each other. You who are gathered here today as witnesses are called to continue your support as well and encouragement as they unite in marriage. You know, we all know that marriage is more than just two people standing up here and exchanging vows. There's an art to any creative activity, and so too is that in marriage. Part of the art of marriage is finding room for things of the Spirit. So to you two both, I say to continue in your search for good and beautiful things in this life. Part of the art of marriage is being flexible, and so in marriage, cultivate flexibility, patience, understanding, and always a sense of humor. Part of the art of marriage is to comfort each other and strive to be each other's best friend. Most important, develop the capacity to forgive and heal your differences day by day. Always remember that your love can and will prevail. It can be the miracle that invites you to learn, to blossom, to expand your own horizons. But also remember today this ceremony is the most serious covenant made before all of us as witnesses. From your new marriage, relationships can come to nurture and strength you two to need to face the world. Only from this moment on, you're not going to face it alone. You're going to face it in a brand new way together. Today, a new family is born, and for that, we are all thankful. Now, I'd like to do a quick reading for you that expresses a sense of joy and love on this occasion. And these two are dedicating it to each other today. It's called To My Friend. I love you not for only what you are, but for what I am when I'm with you. I love you for not only what you have made of yourself, but what you are making of me. I love you because you have done more than any Cree could have done to make me good, and more than any fate could have made to make me feel better and happy. You have done it without a touch, without a word, without a sign. You have simply done it by being yourself. And perhaps that's what being a friend and love means after all. Now the fun part. Let's just have a few questions. First for you, Troy. Troy, you have chosen Rebecca to be your wife. Will you love and respect her? Will you be honest with her always? And will you stand by her whatever may come?
I will.
And Rebecca, you have chosen Troy to be your husband. Will you love and respect him? Will you be honest with him always? And will you stand by him through whatever may come?
I will.
Now, in the spirit of joy and affirmation, I want to ask your friends and family gathered here a question as well. Do you, the family and friends of Troy and Rebecca, give them your blessing and support, wishing them a wonderful life together?
We do.
That's good. That was the first try, too.
Did you rehearse that?
Yeah. Rebecca and Troy, they've written a few words to say to each other before we get into the official vow, so I'll hand the mic over to them.
You going first or me?
I'm going first.
Okay.
What? With this ring I thee wed, to have, to hold, to love, through turkey season, deer, duck, even squirrel and dove. I will be your rock of strength on which you can depend, and I'll bless you with my presence when the hunting season ends. Turkey beards and antlers I will keep in their due place, and I'll only leave on hunting trips with a smile upon my face. I will vow no excess bragging when my catch is rather small, and my thoughts will always be of you, although the woods often call. And so with my deep devotion, I say the words I do, for no greater love's in my life than hunting deer and you.
You have to follow that up.
Great. Troy, when I say I do today, I want you to know that I don't mean the dishes.
Sweet.
I want you to know that I promise to continue to love you unconditionally, even when you don't allow me to touch you with my cold feet in bed. I promise to try and remember to take my hair out of the drain before it makes you gag, and never touch your belly button unless provoked by your attitude. But most importantly, I promise to be there on the off season when there's no longer hunting, ice fishing, or golfing to run off to. You have been my best friend, mentor, playmate, confidant, and my greatest challenge. You are the love of my life, and you make me happier than I could ever imagine, and more loved than I ever thought possible. I vow to take care of you and support you in every way. I will be patient and trustworthy. I vow to always love you, and remind you that I love you. I will always be here for you. I'm so excited to see where life takes us from here.
I love you.
I said the word wrong.
You want me to take that? I'm holding her to it.
The list grows when you get older. But, you know. Rebecca and Troy, we now come to your vows, and may I remind you that saying your vows is one thing, but living them day to day is more challenging. What you promise here today must be renewed today, tomorrow, and each day that comes into the future as well. You know, hold both hands and get nice and close.
Okay.
There, that's better. Troy, will you please repeat after me? In the presence of our family and friends,
In the presence of our family and friends,
I, Troy, choose you, Rebecca, to be my wife,
I, Troy, choose you, Rebecca, to be my wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer or for poor,
in sickness and in health,
sickness and in health,
in joy and in sorrow,
joy and in sorrow,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
and to be faithful to you alone.
and to be faithful to you alone.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
Now, Rebecca, In the presence of our family and friends,
in the presence of our family and friends,
I, Rebecca,
I,
choose you, Troy, to be my husband,
I, Rebecca, choose you, Troy, to be my husband,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for
for
poorer,
richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
in joy and in sorrow,
in joy and in sorrow,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
and to be faithful to you alone.
and to be faithful to you alone.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
There, may we have the rings, please?
You did remember, right?
Good thing. Right.
There we go. Yeah, so Troy, please repeat after me. Rebecca, I give you this ring,
Rebecca, I give you this ring,
that you may wear it as a symbol of the vows
that you may wear it as a symbol of the vows
we have made today.
we have made today.
I pledge you my love and respect,
I pledge you my love and respect,
my laughter and my tears.
my laughter and my tears.
With all that I am,
With all that I am,
I honor you.
I honor you.
Now, Rebecca, please repeat after me.
Okay.
Troy, I give you this ring,
Troy, I give you this ring.
that you may wear it as a symbol of the vows
You may wear this as a symbol of the vows
that we have made this day.
that we have made today.
I pledge you my love and respect,
Sorry, say that again.
Pledge you my
I
love and
pledge you my love and respect,
my laughter and my tears.
my laughter and my tears.
With all that I am,
With all that I am,
I honor you.
I honor you. Finally get to wear that big one.
Now may those who wear these rings and live in love all their days. May the love which has brought you together continue to grow and enrich your lives. May you meet with courage the problems which will arise and challenge you, and may your relationship always be one of love and trust. And may the happiness you share today be with you always, and every word you have pledged here be a living truth in your lives. Troy and Rebecca, we have heard your promise to share your lives in marriage. We recognize and respect the covenant of marriage you have made before each one of us as witnesses today. Therefore, in the honesty and sincerity of what you have done and said here today, it is my honor and delight to declare you henceforth to be husband and wife. You may seal your vows with a kiss. All right, so we just got a little bit of signing to do. And
Okay.
So you're just make sure you're on the right side. Yeah, right in here. Signature joint. Yeah. Come on, look up for some pictures too.
Right here?
Yep. All right. You guys good for pictures? Yeah.
And you want to sign with the witness?
Yeah. Right in here.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All of us were like.
And right here.
I love that your vows ended up lined
They lined up perfect. They worked out. They coincided good together.
Yeah.
And just one more right on that line there. So. Well, it's official. Everything's signed, sealed, and almost delivered. And let me be the first one to say congratulations to the happy couple. Let's give them a big hand.
We finally did it!
There you go. That's great.
Can you guys stop and do a kiss? I missed
Yeah.
All right.
Just all hang out here. I guess we gotta do pictures and shit, right?
Awesome.
gentlemen.
Yeah, buddy. Good speech.
Congrats, brother. Everyone made it through. Lots of congratulations.
Good job, everybody. Mary.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stevie. Pass out. No.
Like 7 times.
Now what?
Congrats, brother.
I'm officially a Johnson.
Thank you so much, everybody. Hope everybody enjoyed the dinner. I know I sure did. I would like to definitely thank our servers, but that's coming, okay? So first of all, I'd like to say good evening to everybody and welcome. For those of you who are wondering who is that girl speaking on that mic, just a little about me. This is not about me, but anyway, just a little blurb. I couldn't be found on Troy's side of the family. I am connected to the O'Donnells and Richards, so this is how I ended up here. First of all, I'd like to thank both Troy and Rebecca for making us all part of this fabulous day. I would also like to thank the wedding party, who did such an amazing job, all the hard work, and to make this day come true. We'd like to thank the decorator, coordinator, officiant, Randy, for the great guitar playing, DJ, dinner, bartenders, servers, and Kelly and her team, photographers, and many others. I can't remember you all. But most importantly, it's all about the friends and the families that are gathered here today. I would like to congratulate Troy and Becky on their special day. How handsome is our Troy and beautiful, gorgeous Rebecca. I would like to wish you the best in the future. Remember to just make the best out of the bad times, appreciate the good times, make beautiful memories together. One tip, don't go to bed angry. Always make it work out and make up. You are now each other's best friends forever. Enjoy a long and beautiful life together. So, of course I heard a joke. Did you hear about the 2 cell phones getting married? The reception was terrific. So in closing, I'd like to wish each and every one of you an incredible night and lots of fun. But first, let's hear from a couple of folks who would like to share some beautiful words about our amazing couple. And we're gonna kick it off with the maid of honor, Alana.
Hope I don't break a leg.
I did write something out, but when I was thinking about coming down and sitting in, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what was like harder to do, plan the wedding or tame Becky's veil today. Oh my God, the wind. Anyways, first off, for those who don't know me, sorry to hear that. I'm Alana. I'm the bride's younger, cooler, no, I'm just kidding. Younger and only sister. All right, it finally happened. 3 dates, 2 locations later. I have to say it's nice to see everyone dressed up, happy and here to celebrate the beautiful couple. I couldn't picture a more beautiful day for you guys. Becky, you look beyond beautiful. It's great seeing you so happy and that you've been smiling with Keith. Troy, what can I say? You look great in that suit, but just remember, it's a rental. On that note, Michelle, should we have taken Dad's suit off before dinner? Yeah. I want to thank Troy's family for welcoming us with loving arms. And I want to thank my family for leaving us all enough beer for the dance. When I was preparing this speech, I knew I wanted it to be from the heart, very meaningful. But all I kept thinking is, wow, Becky and Troy will officially be married in 30 minutes and I still can't find a pen. For all of those who don't know how Becky and I's wonderful sibling story started, I want to take you back to our early years. In approximately 1994, my dad, Steve J., worked at Trent Rubber, making the best summer floaty tubes, if you guys haven't tried them. And he ran into a hottie at work, Michelle. They got to chatting. My dad found out that she had cable TV and asked to cable and chill. Little did Becky know, the best thing was about to come into her life. Me. Becky and I always knew boundaries and were very respectful to each other growing up. When we would disagree, we mutually decided to take it to the front lawn where we'd lay out a blanket, literally duke it out, while my cousin Crystal refereed, until Michelle would come running out of the house saying, "Knock that shit off!" The reason I laugh the most with Becky is because she's always willing to go along with my brilliant ideas. There's one story that I have to share. I still tell this story to this day anytime someone lights a barbecue. I like to let everyone know how dangerous barbecues are. Becky and I decided that we needed to have lunch. Looked around the fridge, scored a pack of sausages. All we needed to do was cook them. Easy, right? For those of you who don't remember the original layout of my dad and Michelle's house, when you would drive up, you would walk through the front door. There was a little porch, we had the barbecue on there. It was a really cute little setup. So, we're out there barbecuing, being the independent ladies that we were. Cranked the propane tank, realized we don't have a barbecue lighter. So we're not very wasteful, so we closed the lid of the barbecues to keep the propane. We walked back inside, rooting around. Okay, so we finally found the barbecue lighter. Next, it's like, how do you light the barbecue? There's no specific spot that tells you light here, don't light here. Anyways, we found this nice hole in the side when the lid is closed that is a perfect size for barbecue lighter. That's how it should be, right? The barbecue lid's closed, propane tank's cranked, barbecue lighter goes in. So, threw the sausages on, closed the lid back down, lit the barbecue, and boom! Becky went flying off the deck and hit the blazer. I went flying off the other side of the deck, hit the hedge. I don't think we had eyelashes. We were on the ground laughing so hard. My dad was hung over on the couch, comes out, "What the hell is going on?" At that point, we weren't even allowed to have lunch. But I still have to tell people how dangerous barbecues are to this day. I wish I had more time to enlighten you all on just what goes on when Becky and I and the rest of the Johnston drinking team hits up the Kidmount Fair or Havelock. Let's just say 4 days of blue sharks and convincing the cops to steal firewood with their car is only scratching the surface. When I think about Becky and Troy as a couple, I think about two people that were destined to be together. If it isn't the definition of a fairy tale, I'm not sure what would be. Life bringing them together as kids, allowing them to experience and appreciate life without each other until the world guided them back together and realizing life couldn't go on without each other. Maybe some of you don't know, but Troy, Becky, and I have known each other since we were young kids. Honestly, guys, I still remember the first day we met Troy. Becky and I were making a dance to a song, as usual. A new Chevy rolled up in the driveway, not unusual for a Saturday afternoon. Out jumps a young lad. Looked to be about our age, and his dad with a cooler of beer. I figured they knew their way around. I'm trying to talk to Becky to get back to choreographing our moves to Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang. But she is mouth open, in awe, staring. I'm confused at this point, wondering why she's using her mouth as a fly trap. And she turns to me and says, "Oh my God, who is that? He is so cute." No offense, Troy, but at this point in my life, I was into older guys like Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. So dreamy. Anyways, I was like, ew. Rolled my eyes and got back to my dance moves. But this was a critical moment in why we're all here today. Before I wrap this up, I just have to say, Troy is one hell of a guy. I always want to get him drunk so I can hear him sing. Literally, the voice of an angel. Every day, I'm so proud of him for putting up with Becky for all these years. I truly understand why you drink with my dad often. But really, he has the biggest caring heart and he makes my sister the best version of herself. I'm so happy you and Becky finally said I do. It's been a long time coming. And finally, Troy, I've considered you my brother for many years now, but today makes it official. You and Brett can finally open up Johnston Bros Construction. I love you both. I wish you nothing but best in the future. So let's raise our glasses and do a toast for the new couple. Congratulations.
Wow, that was amazing, Alana. Beautiful. Next, I'd like to call on one of the groom's grandpas to come up, Louis.
At this time, I would just like to share a few memories that we have of our grandson. Okay, Joanne, I got it. She should be up here, I'm telling you. She told me, she said, just imagine the whole crowd is being naked out there. It'll take the edge off. It's all working. Anyhow, the first day we met Troy, I realized that he had lots of wit and charm and...
Put the microphone close, Dad.
Pardon? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Lots of wit and charm and a big storyteller. He sat at our stool, kitchen stool. He said, "Hi." He said, "My name is Troy and I'm 5 years old." He was actually only 3. So anyhow, as the couple years went by, one morning, Saturday morning, I decided I was going to take him to a farm auction. So anyhow, I get to the farm auction and I'm looking around and looking at things to buy. And I notice he's talking to a woman. And he could talk to just about anybody. Anyhow, we're on our way home and he's sitting in a pickup truck beside me and he said, "Hey Lou," he said, "that lady called me sweetheart." I said, "Really?" I said, "I guess she didn't know you too well." He said, "She must have known you, she didn't call you sweetheart." A few years later, I was in the washroom, shaving, had no shirt on, and I'm a pretty hairy sort of a fella, and I had lots of hair on my back and on my chest. And Troy says, "Wow, Pop," he said, "how'd you get all that hair?" I said, "Well," I said, "I went out to the field and found a cow patty, and I said I rubbed it all over." He said, "You should try some of that on top of your head." And actually, I think he's coming back to bite you. I think you need a little bit.
That's why I had my wedding on the farm.
Anyhow, Troy has many talents. He plays guitar real well. He sings. He's a carpenter, a good carpenter, I think, right, Dean? And he's also a bull rider.
Oh, God.
A bull rider. Oh yeah, he rode a bull so hard one time, I'm telling you, the head fell right off the thing. It was a wooden sawhorse that he made up. He rode that thing in a cowboy hat, no shirt on, and chaps. Anyhow, and this is for Uncle Scott. Uncle Scott probably never heard this. Shooter Scooter, Troy's hunting partner. Anyhow, Troy I think had just got his hunting license and comes home from school one day, jumps off the bus and runs home and gets his rifle. He's going partridge hunting. Anyhow, he's gone about an hour. He comes back because it's part of the peacock. He's got carrying a partridge. Well, I noticed there was no gunshot wound to this partridge. Well, it was a partridge that run into my window, broke its neck the day before. Yeah. Anyhow, Troy, Becky, Joanne and I wish you the most happiest marriage in the world.
Thank you very much.
And remember, a happy wife's a happy life. And I heard an old fella say one time, he was 102 years old. He had 80 years of marriage under his belt. And somebody asked him what he attributed his long marriage to, and he said, yes, dear, yes, dear, yes, dear. Thank you.
Wow. You know, Lou, you said you had to follow that. You did one heck of a job. Thank you. You did good. So next, I'd like to call up our two beautiful mothers, the mother of the bride, Michelle, and the mother of the groom, Renee. Michelle and Renee.
I do have to say something about the barbecue thing. I remember that. What? I wasn't home that day, and Steve gave them permission to use it.
Just saying.
Then I got yelled at because they broke the barbecue. Steve was supposed to be looking after you. Okay, well, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. It's been a very long 2 years, but it's well worth it. This is the part where I'm supposed to welcome Troy into our family, but Troy's been a part of my family since he was 4 years old. He has always been one of my kids. I always call him son. He always calls me mom. But today marks the official. You are actually now mine. I know. Okay, so Troy, when you signed the dotted line, did you read the fine print?
When we bought the house, we signed the marriage license.
Marriage license. There is no returns, no refunds, no exchanges, no warranties or guarantees. She is now all yours. Rebecca, my little girl, you're beautiful, very determined, goal-oriented, and you started this when you were 7. You told me one day when you guys were all playing together, you said, Mom, I'm gonna marry that boy. And here we are. Congratulations to both of you. You've accomplished a lot over the years. You planned, you succeeded in many things. I watched you grow up and mature way too fast. And you have lots to be proud of. So do I, and it's you. Now you will accomplish more in life, and you'll have Troy to share all of that with you as you start your new journey. So I have a toast for the new couple. The walk down the aisle marks the new beginning of a new life. But wherever you both shall go, my heart goes with you. I wish you both a lifetime of love and of happiness. Cheers to Rebecca and Troy.
You're not singing, you're all right. No.
Okay, well, first of all, good for you, Michelle, because I'm not a talker like that. I'm a singer, not a talker. Anyways, first of all, before I get anywhere, I would love to tell these girls and our boys how handsome and beautiful you girls look. You guys look amazing. Amazing. All the people who had helped here to make this day happen, thank you. You guys have done an amazing job. Everybody has run their asses off. Excuse my French. But anyways, you guys have all run livid. Anyways, Paul and Lucy, great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
The meal was wonderful. Kelly, you did an amazing job. The bar, everybody that has participated, thank you very much. Kelly, or Shelly and Randy, thank you. Thanks, Randy. Thank you for coming out. Okay, now, my golden boy. You're always going to be my golden boy, but Becky, he's now yours.
She's a golden girl now.
And you're my golden girl. I'm not ready to let you go, but I'm proud and I love you very, very much. And I wish you all the happiness in the world. I love you both very much.
Wow, absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies. You look beautiful. You did an amazing job. So last but not least, I'd like to call up the best man and Troy's stepdad, Dan.
Becky, welcome to the family. Troy, I'm proud of you. That's it. Now, anybody that knows me well would know that that is not all I have to say. The other night, about a week ago, our daughter phoned and she's making a speech and she says, Dad, I'm trying to make the speech, and she's talking to Renee. I don't know what to say. I said, well, tell us what you said. So she has about 3 lines in it. I said, that's it? She goes, well, yeah, I'm writing it down. She goes, are you not writing yours down? I said, no. She goes, well, Dad, you have to write a speech down or you're going to ramble. I said, Shanine, I don't ramble. Those that know me know I ramble. Not me. Of course not. There we go. Yeah. So in September of 1994, correct? I get a little fuzzy these days sometimes. I met one of the most beautiful people I've met in my life.
Thank you.
And then I had to win over his mother. So his mother and I started dating, and I was sitting in the back seat, because that's where I was put, beside the car seat, because she had her friend in there in the front seat. I didn't get shotgun. And I looked at this child, and he could talk like a 5-year-old that he thought he was, but he was only 3. And he leaned over and bit me. And sometimes things come out of my mouth that shouldn't come out, and I went, "You little." And his mother stopped the car dead and said, "Do not ever call my son that again." And I looked at Troy, and he looked at me and went, yeah. So that's how our relationship got out. Oh yeah. And we've had our ups and downs through our life, but he has been the love of my life. He's been my child. He's been my son. He will always be my son for as long as I'm here. I am so proud of this man that he's become. Becky, I am so proud you chose him. I heard a story about a hat. Becky apparently took Troy's hat and said, "You don't get your hat back unless you kiss me." Becky, it's a good thing you like that hat. So as Troy was growing up, he had quite a sense of humor, and he loved this one movie we used to watch it all the time together, The Jungle Book. And one day, I was sleeping in bed, and I woke up. I was laying on my side, and I opened my eyes, and there he was, staring at me, and said, "Look into my eyes." And there it all began. He had me, hypnotized me. So then as life progressed with Troy, we didn't quite know what his profession in life was going to be. He had some ideas. We thought at first maybe Evel Knievel, stunt guy that he was. And we had this little mini bike that we had bought for him. And it was pretty high powered, 3.5 horse, I think. And he said to his mom, and you'd watch him out the window, and he wouldn't be watching where he's going. He's watching to see if you're looking at him riding his motorcycle. So he pulls up on his motorcycle, and he says to his mom, he says, "Mom, you should try my motorcycle out." So she did. And it wasn't very far, and she got into the speed wobble across the backyard, and we seen her face go across the lawn, and Troy's bike into the fence. And Troy goes running out, and he says, "What the hell are you doing?" He was about 6. So then later on in life, we thought maybe he was going to join Cirque du Soleil. Because he could do these front flips really well. And he had a knack for putting the charm on to the girls in grades. This was about grade 7, 8. And he says, "Look, ladies, I can do a front flip." Well, he did a front flip all right, and this bone went teep. And off to the hospital he went. So Cirque du Soleil was not the answer for him. So I believe it was in the same public school. We thought maybe he was going to be an aspiring physician. because he prescribed some medication to another child. Camouflaged as chocolate. The good doctor, yes, Troy the good doctor. Well, this child that ate this chocolate, which was a laxative, got a little dehydrated. Then this child happened to be our neighbor. So off we go, because we could be into a civil lawsuit. And I said, you better explain to his parents why you prescribed this medication to him. And he says, oh, Dad, I don't think I can do that. I go, oh, yes, you can. Because I'm not doing it. They don't like me. That poor kid. Oh, my God.
He shit, and he shit, and he shit.
Oh, yes. Troy has, he's done some funny things. He's a funny guy. But he's one of the most humble people I know. And kind. And wears his heart on his sleeve. And I know why Becky chose him. Because they suit each other. She's organized, he's not. So they balance each other well. But Becky also wears her heart on her sleeve. And she tries to please everybody. And we love you for it. And we welcome you as our fourth daughter. Not that we need any more estrogen in our family. There's a song a guy wrote years ago, and it used to be one of my favorite songs. And this fella's name was George. And daddies love their children every now and then, but love will never end. Amen. And I always thought that was a great song. And I always thought of my dad. And then I have Troy as my son. And then when he was 15, he wrote a song for me. And it's the most beautiful song I've ever heard. And anybody would probably say the same. And he wrote it when he was 15. And he asked me in that song to be his best man. And here I am. So thank you, Troy. Thank you for letting me be there for you. I love you with all my heart. And me and your mom are so proud. And this isn't just, this is your day, Becky, but this is our day too. This is all of our days. We know how special each and every one of you guys are to these two, because you're here celebrating it with them. And Renee says I'm rambling, so I have to go now. And hand the microphone back to Chantel.
I got your back.
I hope you guys all enjoy your night, and let's have a good celebration.
Wow. Well, you know, I lied. I said last but not least. Oh, did I ever lie? Sorry, I didn't have my notes. So next I want to call on one of our groom's sisters, Shanine.
As many of you know, we are Troy's younger sisters, Shanine, Alicia, and Michaela. It's great to finally be here celebrating Troy and Becky on their special day. I would like to start off by saying that there is something special about the oldest. They were born into that role for a reason. It wasn't a coincidence. They were supposed to come first. They are the leaders, the nurturers, the caregivers, and the protectors. I am lucky enough to stand here tonight and proudly say that, Troy, you have fulfilled every one of those roles to each one of us. We are so proud to watch you today marry your best friend. I do have to say, Troy, how lucky you are. You will leave here today with a wife who is warm, loving, and caring. And Becky, how lucky you are as well. You will leave here today having gained a beautiful dress and a wonderful bouquet of flowers. Becky, we couldn't be more happier to welcome you into our chaos. Not only did we gain a really good friend, we are so lucky to gain a sister too. We love you both so much. And with that being said, let's raise our glasses to Mr. and Mrs. Cleland. To love, to laughter, and happily ever after. Cheers.
Do you want to say something, Lee? Nope.
Wow, that was so sweet. Thank you, girls. Beautiful. All right, we have one more on the list. Maybe the last but not the least. I'd like to invite our bride's Uncle Rodney up to the front, please.
Well, I don't even know where to begin because, I mean, everything's been said already. This has been a long time coming. It's been a hell of a day. It was a gorgeous day. I'm going to start by saying we got to mention a few people that haven't been mentioned, a few people that couldn't be here, that are not here. I'm going to start off with your grandmother, Rebecca. Health issues didn't allow her to be here today, obviously. I'm going to talk about your grandfather, which we all know and love. I'm going to go on with saying to the fact of one thing in a marriage is how do you keep the better half happy? One way of saying yes, dear, more than once. I like to mention that my dad, Rebecca's grandfather, he was a hell of a man. Anybody that knew him loved him. I like to say that I followed in his footprints along the way, and I'm certainly honored to take part in Troy and Rebecca's wedding today. It's been quite a ride.
Woo!
It's been a long time. Now I'm going to do couple little stories. I'm trying to make this short and sweet, but my wife told me I'm always too short and sweet. Did I say that the right way? Anyways, we're going to backtrack a little bit to a few years ago when these two started to date. And Rebecca built me up to be quite a fella that Troy was going to have to be introduced to, that I was a bit of a rough, tough type fella. Little did he know I wasn't the one he had to worry about. We won't mention who was the one he had to worry about. So I'm going to finish that story a little bit too, Troy, that I think it was about the second or third time you come over to our house. And we were sitting down to a brunch or something along that line, and we're putting the food on the table, and we had a nice, beautiful table all set up, and all was lovely. Troy went over and grabbed a plate or a dish or something, and it was pretty hot. He decided to set it down, and well, within the first couple minutes, we removed it and realized he burned the goddamn table. Needless to say, I just let him know I'm not the one you gotta worry about still. Anyways, Troy, that being said, welcome into our family. I'm not done yet because I got to do a little story about Miss Rebecca. A long time ago, obviously, you come into this world, Rebecca. You're a beautiful young lady, turned into a beautiful young lady. I can remember changing your diapers. I can remember your grade 8 graduation. I can remember your grade 12 graduation. I remember you graduating from college. We've been there through it all. And I can say I've been quite happy to see what you've become. You're quite a beautiful young lady. There's not a whole lot else I can say to any of all this. I mean, it's been quite an occasion. It's been awesome. Ladies, gentlemen, you all look mighty fine. The last thing I'm going to say is that congratulations. And don't be afraid, Troy, to say, yes, dear. Everybody, I'd just like to raise their glasses one more time. Congratulations.
So we do have one more speech. How can I forget the bride and the groom?
Well, after all those speeches, I don't know if ours is any good anymore. Well, I think it's safe to say that we've all been waiting patiently for this day to arrive for a very long time. After 2.5 years, a few bumps in the road, and a whole lot of money, we finally made it. We are so thankful to have such a wonderful group of family and friends, so supportive and understanding. We honestly couldn't have done it without the support and encouragement, and we are so excited that we finally made it here. So thank you for all of you to come here today. It was really nice. So Troy's gonna take over, but I have one thing I want to do. So I got this a long time ago, but I want to change his wardrobe a little bit. And I think what better time than to go to Nashville. So I got you a shirt.
Son of a gun. We would like to thank our mothers for putting up with our attitudes and dealing with our constant emotional roller coasters of what we've been going through. You have helped us in so many ways, and we will always be so forever grateful. A big shout out to Aunt Kelly for prepping the delicious dinner we are eating tonight. To Jimmy and Katie with Free Meadow Farms supplying all the beef. And Paul Lucy for cooking it. We also want to thank Andrea and Jody for supplying the charcuterie board during happy hour. Pardon? Thank you to the wedding party for sticking by us. We know you didn't sign up for this long of an engagement. We couldn't have pulled it off without you guys. Last but definitely not least, we want to thank the Angiers family for letting us have our wedding here on this farm. There's no way this day could have happened if it wasn't for you guys. The hard hours worked here every weekend, day in, day out, and cutting the grass and trimming trees and weed eating and blah, blah, blah to make this day happen.
Everybody that helped. Yeah, everyone.
Thank you so much. Everybody that helped, it really means a lot to us. And it made our day come true. We could sit here all night and thank everyone who contributed, but we don't have that time. That was Becky's.
I don't like speeches.
You all know who you are. We're truly so lucky to have you in our lives, and we're very thankful for all the people that were here to celebrate with us today. We love you all, and thank you so very much. We couldn't have had this day without you. We love you.
Now let's party.